the reality? What's the reality?
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to What's the Reality? Today I have a beautiful, stunning guest with me.
Oh,
I have
thank you.
Taylor Krause from season 7 of Love is Blind with me today. And let me correct myself because I was just corrected. It's what is your name again? Full name.
Yosmans Krause.
Yosmans Krause. Okay, don't play with my girl. They combine their names.
Not a lot of people do this,
Okay.
but maybe this was just our very logical people brains at the time, that it's traditional for a woman to take a man's last name. At the time, I was like, whoa. I'm not sure if I'm ready for that.
Right.
It doesn't feel like I've thought through this.
Right.
And for him, he was like, I feel like also that you should be taking my last name, but I don't know why.
Right.
We need to think about what are the reasons why we're feeling this way. And then we compromised by saying, okay, well, you feel like you still want me to take your last name. I still want to keep part of my last name, but I think it would be fair if we both changed our last name. So then we ended up just hyphenating our names together, and Yosmans Krause just was alphabetical and sounded better and just worked out that way.
I love that. I love that. I love unconventional but works for you. And I think that is such the epitome of marriage. It doesn't make sense to everybody else, doesn't have to. This is what we agreed on. It works for us. I love that. Is literally the
It's a
epitome
really
of
great
compromise.
way of saying
Yeah.
it, unconventional,
Yeah.
but works for you.
I love that.
Thank you.
So welcome to What's the Reality?
Thank you for having me.
Of course, girl. So it's been almost a year since your season aired. Catch me up on what's going on since I last saw you. And I like to call him G because you call him G.
Yeah.
But since you and Garrett said I do at the altar, catch me up.
So we recently moved to Washington, D.C., which is amazing.
Yeah.
We bought a house together.
A duplex, y'all. She's so modest.
We
she
bought-
is a landlord, y'all.
I own property.
Yes.
With a man.
And you do.
Crazy.
Lifing, adulting.
Which is a really, I think that's a big milestone in a relationship. And for me personally, I didn't think that I'd be doing that this quickly and moving back to a city that I love and where we fell in love. And so it's very new. We just met all of our neighbors and figuring out all the things that go with the house. But yeah, it's been an adventure for sure.
I know. I kind of saw your journey on social media. Every time I would go through your stories, I'd be like, this girl, are they ever going to find a house? Are they ever going to find? And then you end up finding the most beautiful place. And then I love the post that you guys made, with your, the pictures that you guys took, outside. And it's just so pretty, just so modern and
very
lovely.
DC.
Very DC.
There's some anxiety about making that post because obviously we live in a digital world with crazy people.
Yeah.
But we could be cautious, but I don't want to live in fear. I want to be able to share the really happy moments.
As you
buying a
should.
house it's a big fun moment. So thank you. I appreciate that.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So what have you been up to since season 7?
Oh, super bored. Nothing's been going on.
Can't tell.
It's been a blur. I can't believe it hasn't even been a year since, my secret marriage became
right. Public knowledge, right.
Public knowledge. But I think a lot of it's just been, getting used to the new reality of living a public life and being married. Your relationship is just always evolving together, and I'm still meeting family. He's still meeting family. We're still combining lives. It doesn't happen overnight. And so I think the biggest thing is moving to a new city together and just starting our new life together in a lot of ways.
I love that. So are there any new work or passion projects that you're currently working on?
So I was working in policy for almost 10 years. I was working at a think tank. And then obviously we had a really big election that completely changed what my life looked like overnight. I was doing content creation part-time and really trying to work with brands that I think align with my values, and ended up being able to do that at a full-time capacity and just wasn't feeling fulfilled by my job in policy anymore. So I recently have gone full-time content creation, which
welcome to the dark side.
I'm like, wow, everyone's going. I felt very anxious about making the decision
Yeah.
and feeling the judgment, but I got over it, and I genuinely think that there's so many different ways that you can work on content creation that are fulfilling and fun and creative, and it's a once in a lifetime opportunity to jump into
Yeah,
it.
it's
So
happening.
I'm
It's
sure I can
happening
get
right
some
now.
tips from you,
Yeah,
girl.
girl, just listen. If it makes money, it makes sense. That's my tip. It's fun. It's hard, but it's worth it. And as you can see, it's pretty lucrative. And um, if you get a chance to like show people that you can influence them in different ways and not just from beauty and hair and clothes and stuff, then I think the impact for content creation is a bit bigger, you know?
Talk about things that you
Yeah,
care about.
that you actually, care about. So how's Garrett and why isn't he here?
We kind of miscommunicated
Uh-oh.
about being on the podcast. I told him I was coming to LA and doing
Yeah.
some podcasts, and he's like, cool, I'll go fishing.
Oh,
So he's out on a boat right now
okay.
fishing.
Okay.
But yeah,
That's
next
not
time.
surprising news that he's fishing.
He loves fishing when we come
Yeah.
out to California and can get the opportunity. So, but he's been doing really well. He's still doing his full-time job. Obviously it's super different
Yeah.
for guys versus like women coming from reality television. So it doesn't really make sense for him to become a full-time content creator. I don't know if that's exactly what he even wants to do, but we've been just having a ton of fun doing it together.
Do you guys get recognized a lot?
Oh, all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's that been?
It's fine. I've gotten used to it, which like feels weird.
Yeah.
It's mostly when we're together that people recognize us more. I think like, oh, that's it. But most of the time, everyone's like super nice and pleasant. There's been, a couple instances where it's like, oh, this is my personal space.
Yeah,
But besides that, like it's been fine.
Yeah. You know, it's so funny. I'll go out with like Ollie and I'll be holding his hand. Like we'll be in the mall holding hands. And then somebody will walk up to me and be like, oh my God, congratulations on your baby and your engagement. And then they'll look at him like, so yeah, congratulations. And he's like, dude, who do they think you're with right now? Like, who, like, they don't even acknowledge him. They'll just be like, and then like, there'll be times where they'll walk up to Ollie and they'll be like, hey, Ollie, you're from Love is Blind. I love you. And I'm just like,
hello.
hello.
Well, that might change, right? Once like Perfect Match comes out, right?
You know what? It might. Who knows? So, how has your relationship with Garrett grown and evolved since you got married?
It's drastically evolved and grown. I think when you go from being a completely single woman who's probably learned a lot of lessons about men, you go into it, I think, having a certain like idea of like how to expect things to go, but you can't do that in a marriage. I think you're always evolving and figuring out what are those person's triggers? Am I bringing something to the conversation if you ever have a disagreement that is from previous relationships? And when you're bringing two lives together that were super independent before and then like put through this like meat grinder
social experiment.
An experiment, and then you have the world overnight weigh in on it, and the human brain is not supposed to have that much attention, and we have these little phones that tell you what to think and different opinions. It was crazy, but we've come out so much stronger from it, and I think have given each other a lot of grace and accountability. So it's been a beautiful process.
I love to hear that. There's been quite a bit of time between the show wrapping and airing. Did you and Garrett ever have any marital hiccups?
This is actually going to be the third divorce exclusive that AG gets.
Not today. Not today.
The rumors are true.
Not today.
I'm sorry. What was the question again?
I'm just gonna. I'm so triggered by that word divorce. No, I'm wondering, has there been any marital hiccups in your relationship since the show wrapped and aired?
I guess like I don't know about any huge hiccups, but in terms of disagreements, low moments, of course. Our relationship is not perfect. It's perfect for us, but like in terms of it being a really incredible way to have met someone and a fairy tale in its own ways, it's still a real marriage.
Yeah.
We don't al- we don't always disagree.
Mhm.
I can be grumpy, he can be grumpy. There's something where we don't see eye to eye on. So it does happen,
Mhm.
but the way we've gotten so much better at communicating. When you have a boyfriend and you get in a fight, you're
Mhm.
like, I'm not going to talk to you for a
Yeah.
couple of
Yeah,
days.
yeah, yeah.
I'm going to put you on ice.
Yeah.
Can't really
You
do that with
can't
the
do that.
husband.
No.
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 You have to be really, you have to both be respectful of
Yeah.
each other and talk through it. And that was really hard for me.
Mm.
I think when we first started our marriage in
Mhm.
such an incredible way, and I moved to a smaller town where I didn't have my friends and
Mhm.
family. I wasn't expecting to live here and still processing like a big
Yeah.
life decision like that.
Right.
So it was not perfect, but in terms of like a specific instance, I can't think of a really terrible one.
I love that for
Oh,
you.
thank
I
you.
really
Me
do love
too.
that because love is blind, love is tough. And like
Yes.
all relationships have their things, but when you go through it, what we went through in such a short amount of time, not only are you still getting to know your person, but now you're getting to know a version of you that didn't exist 6 weeks ago.
It's a good way to put it.
And you're trying to like figure out you and figure out your person and figure out this new life. And it's hard.
It's
It's
a
very hard.
it's amazing the I think the process, but if you can get through that with your
Mm.
person, it's like a marriage boot camp
Yeah.
in a way.
Yeah.
I feel like yeah, we're very lucky to have had the opportunity and the
Mhm.
process, but it was
Yeah.
hard.
So the first year of marriage is known to be the toughest. What advice do you give future Love is Blind couples?
The advice that I give future Love is Blind couples is that there is no perfect way
Mm.
to do it. You need to figure out
Yeah.
with your partner what works for you
Mhm.
guys and that you're each other's number one.
Yeah.
You obviously need to take care of yourself first. I think my biggest thing is mental health with the process. I thought I was a very mentally strong and confident woman going into it.
Mhm.
And it was really tough on me. And if I'm not showing up for myself, it's
Yeah.
hard for me to show up for my partner. And so you guys need to just constantly communicate and figure out what your relationship
Mhm.
needs.
Yeah.
Just like communicate, communicate, communicate. Like we had daily check-ins when it was going on. And we also had I like mental health resources,
Mhm.
making sure that you're talking maybe with a licensed professional
Yeah.
that
Got a
has
third
some
party in there to help out.
yeah, let's
Yeah.
get some sage advice in
Yeah, yeah,
here.
yeah.
So yeah, that would be my biggest like recommendation
Mhm.
is making sure that you're overly communicating and making sure that you're checking in on each other constantly.
Yeah, that's really good. I always say, like, if people are like, "If I were to go on Love is Blind, what would you say?" And I'd be like, "Go to therapy first, then go on the show, and then go on therapy after." Always like a therapy sandwich, I would recommend 100%. Whether you end up married or you get engaged and it doesn't work out, therapy sandwich is what I like to say because you don't you like you said, you think you're this strong, confident person, and you are in essence, but this world is it's a little bit different. You can't
You're
prepare for
really
it.
weird if you like know exactly how to
Yeah.
handle this. But you sit there for a year, they tell you that you have resources
Yeah,
that can help you. You're your own adult, you can decide to do
yeah.
that. I'm really glad that I worked with a therapist for 6 months before the
Mhm.
show aired. So we got to know each other. There's more background rather than kind of waiting
Yeah,
when you're in a crisis.
yeah, yeah.
Finding a therapist is not a straightforward process.
Mhm.
It's really hard. And then
Yeah,
finding one that you think can actually understand you and
right,
help you.
right.
Yeah, we don't talk about it enough, but it
We
was
don't.
it was not easy for me to find a
Yeah.
therapist. Love you, Keller. You're the best. But
I love mine too.
yeah.
Amazing. It's doing the Lord's work.
Purple hearts around for
Listen.
our therapists. They need a support group
Oh,
for
I know, I know. I wish I could have my therapist on this couch, but then that would be weird, right?
I think they're not allowed to
They're
do
not
that
allowed
kind
to
of
do that.
stuff.
No.
Yeah. I've never met mine in person.
No, but we can have a therapist on the couch, not mine per se. So a big conversation for you and Garrett on the show and after the show was where you guys were going to live. We kind of talked about it a little bit, but how did you work through that and decide on DC?
So on the show, it made it seem like we were going to move to San Diego.
Mhm.
immediately, which was actually not the case.
Okay.
We were planning to do digital nomading, which sounds really cool. And we kind of did that a little bit
Mhm.
between the show, and it's exhausting,
Yeah.
especially for like a new couple that should probably work on their
Yeah,
marriage.
yeah, yeah.
We decided that San Diego was something that could happen later,
Mhm.
but for him, he was really struggling with the idea of not being close to his family,
Yeah.
not being where he grew up his entire life. And he got a lot of shit for that.
Mhm.
And I empathize. Me, like above everyone, should be upset about it.
Right.
But when I really love my husband, I see a future with him. I know that your relationship can evolve, and maybe my husband needs
Mhm.
more time.
Mhm.
Maybe I could change my mind. Like, let's find what a middle ground is
Right.
for where we can give our marriage the best shot possible.
Mhm.
And so DC, ironic, ended up back in the city that the show was
Yeah.
based out of.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it was a happy medium,
Mhm.
and we really love DC. It's close. It's an hour and a half away from his family and friends. We come back to California often. I have family and friends in DC,
Mhm.
so that's how we ended up there. And we're open to what the future has. We bought a house intentionally
Yeah.
with the opportunity, looking at it from like a financial standpoint of like we could actually move from this place.
Mhm.
So we've thought very
Yeah.
strategically about
Yeah.
it. We've thrown out like different cities that we love, and now that he's been able to do a baby step toward
Mhm.
that, like not living at home and around like your family and friends, which genuinely is all that matters.
Yeah.
I'm really grateful that he's been doing that, because that's hard
Mhm.
for a woman that you you just met. I
Yeah.
know I'm great. I know I'm really but maybe he needs like a little bit
Yeah.
more
A little more
time.
time, yeah.
Yeah, so we're just a lot more open-minded, giving each other like picking each other, finding a middle ground
Mhm.
of where we can foster a relationship and becoming our own unit,
Yeah.
family in a way.
So what's next for you and Garrett?
In terms of what's next for Garrett and I, we are just, I think, settling into our new home together
Mhm.
and just trying to get, I think, like 10 toes down
Yeah.
and feeling like we have a new rhythm in a new city,
Mhm.
and always been open to the opportunities
Mhm.
that this new lifestyle throws at us.
Mhm.
For example, we're now last minute like hopping on a plane to go do a FIFA partnership in DC
Oh,
for the World
wow.
Cup. And
Wait, that's really cool.
thank you. We're really excited
Yeah, that's
about
really
it. And
cool.
just all the opportunities that we can do as a couple of like
Mhm.
creating memories and like finances for our future
Mhm.
family. Kids are not on the near term radar, but
Yeah.
we definitely are thinking about that like in the future.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
who knows?
We're living right now. Yeah, we're living. What part of the experience was the hardest for you? Was it opening up in the pods, the reveal, transitioning into real life?
I think the hardest part for me was probably opening up in the pods. I think it's really weird to get that vulnerable with a
Yeah,
wall.
yeah.
um, I I did not go on to the experiment thinking that I was going to find a husband or even go very far.
Yeah.
So for me, I really kind of got surprised by getting so far, finding such a intense connection with someone, and
Mhm.
then being like, I have to share all of the
Yeah, it's weird.
deepest parts of myself on TV in a fishbowl
In 10 days.
in
Yeah,
10 days.
yeah.
But it felt like a lot longer, and
It
you
does.
talk about things that
Yeah.
you otherwise wouldn't talk about
Mhm.
on a date, right?
Mhm.
Like we're talking about finances on day 3
Literally.
and sex on day 4,
Yeah.
like
Engaged on day 8. Yeah.
engaged on day. Great time, great outcome. 0% recommend,
Yeah.
but
1 star because I can't give 0. Why was it so important for you to keep your ethnicity private while in the pods?
I didn't think about it too intensely at the time.
Mhm.
I thought it was really important for me to keep my ethnicity private because I thought that gave away how I looked.
Mhm.
And for me, in order for the experience to like really go all the way, I wanted to just actually do it.
Yeah.
I think it's not shown on the show that you can share what you look like.
Yeah.
You get clips of it,
Yeah.
like Megan Fox
Mhm.
or other things like
Mhm.
that
Mhm.
for me, I just thought that I was really playing by the rules.
Yeah.
Obviously for that there is a part of being in the pods where people took it the wrong way,
Mhm.
that Garrett was being like he had a problem with my
Mhm.
ethnicity, and
Mhm.
in that context there's actually we talked about ethnicity like times before that, and like it wasn't an issue for him.
Mhm.
I was having trouble opening up in the pods.
Yeah.
I just shared that. So
Mhm.
when he feels like in that instance, and it just happened to be on that like obviously important conversation
Right.
topic, like it definitely could be seen in a different way.
Mhm.
But I think Garrett was like very open-minded to whatever ethnicity
Yeah.
I went. I was playing by the rules and also having trouble opening up. No one really knows how to respond, how to like
Right.
do this really well.
Right.
So yeah.
I was such a rules girl as well. Like I gave nothing.
No,
Absolutely
you
nothing.
didn't.
I gave nothing. Like, what do you look like? I don't know. Who's your celebrity twin? I don't know. I gave absolutely nothing. I couldn't
And I'm sure you're proud of yourself for that.
I am because again, like the show is Love is Blind. It's not love drops a little bit of hints of what I might look like just in case you want to fat ass and small waist. Like, nope, sorry. Like
Which she could.
what you could. No, but I just thought like when I would hear we would go back to the lounge and girls would be like, "Yeah, I know exactly what he looks like." I'm like, "Well, what is the point of this? What is?"
Yeah,
It
I
was so
know. I
weird.
vividly remember Marissa one time, like we were in the kitchen and she's like, I know Garrett's doppelganger. Do you want to know? And I was like, obviously I want to know, but
Yeah,
like,
don't tell me.
don't tell me. I
Yeah,
really want to know.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
yeah, those temptations
yeah.
are always in the lounge.
And then you
You,
start making up a person in your head.
yeah, and you can't do that because then like
Yeah,
it just, I mean, you could, and then you figure it out.
yeah.
But yeah, I don't think it's a recipe for the best
No,
experience.
it's not. So we saw on the show that your family was a bit hesitant about the cameras at first. How do they feel now about you and Garrett being in the public eye?
My family is obsessed with Garrett
Yeah.
to like a disgusting degree of they love and gush over him all the
Mhm.
time. I think as a parent, you want to protect your kid, and this is something you don't necessarily
Yeah.
understand, and it's a lot, and you
Yeah.
have probably a vision for how your kid is going to get married, and obviously at halfway through the show, my parents are like, Jesus, take the wheel.
Yeah.
We're
It
all
is what it
in.
is, yeah.
Taylor's going to do what she's going to
Yeah, yeah,
do.
yeah.
And so now in terms of the public eye and part of it,
Mhm.
I don't, my mom just got on Instagram. Was not on social media before.
Yeah.
So she is like a toddler with an iPad
Oh.
of following me. And they're super supportive, really
Yeah.
excited. Obviously, they're always concerned if,
Mhm.
they see something
Yeah.
on Facebook
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
or something like
Yeah.
that. But besides that, it's been wonderful.
Amazing. So who is still in the group chat from your season? Like, who are we still talking to? Who are we still friends with?
I will be completely transparent and honest. Like, I don't have a problem with any of the girls.
Mhm.
I'm just not like super close with a lot of the
Mm.
girls. And I don't think that's because we don't like each other.
Yeah.
I think it's more that my life changed overnight and I had to focus on my marriage, and I
Mhm.
moved to a town that was almost 2 hours away.
Yeah.
And, people are going through a breakup
Yep.
where I'm working on a marriage.
Yep.
I'm still really close with Ashley.
Mhm.
I think that we went through a very crazy situation together and
Mhm.
really trauma bonded over that.
Mhm.
And I think that she is a really good, wonderful human.
Mhm.
And she's definitely the friend that I'm closest with. But in
Yeah.
terms of like the rest of the girls, I'm not really in a group chat with. If we're like in the same
Yeah.
city, I would get a drink with any one
Mhm.
of them and wish
Yeah.
them all the best. And hopefully I can see them more often now that I'm
Yeah.
like in the same city.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Aw. At least there's no bad blood because things get so weird after these shows. Like, you never know who's friends with who. You never know.
I'm quite literally like the last person that
to have bad blood.
Well, not even have bad blood, just to know about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like I admit that I can be like a little aloof sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
even in the pods, like the last day that you finally start talking about like who
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
who is
Who's
with
dating
who.
who? Yeah.
Marissa had like a yarn board and like told me, and I was like, oh my God, I had no idea. And she's like, I know
Yeah.
you're dating Garrett. And I was like, I didn't tell anyone. This is
Yeah.
crazy that like everyone knows everything before
Yeah.
me. But yeah,
That's
after the
funny.
show,
Yeah.
emotions are high.
Mm-hmm.
Drama in the real world happens. People are going out with each other.
Mm-hmm.
But I just kind of like,
Did you watch season 8?
yes, I did watch season
How'd you
8.
feel about it? Hot takes.
I love Taylor and Daniel.
Yeah.
I wish that
Same.
like they lived in the same.
They're so cute.
They're so stinking cute
Yeah.
and really nice salt of the earth
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
Midwest people are just completely built.
Midwest.
Yeah, they're so different.
Yeah.
I was like, this feels really polite.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
even
yeah,
though like
yeah.
I know you guys are yelling at each other,
Uh-huh.
it still feels like you're
It's
saying please and thank you in
And
between.
they're yelling in lowercase. Like very sweet, very calm. It was at the Don't Ruffle Feathers season. I loved it. I
and
mean,
they can drink.
Can they?
I think
At
that
one bar.
one bar.
There was one bar that they all drank at.
I feel like they talked about like drinking a lot more than maybe I missed that, but I was just like, the Midwest is built different.
It's a bit different than the Mormon wives, right? Because they drink a lot of soda.
Just hyped up on soda. Maybe we're doing it wrong.
We're doing it wrong. Anyway, can you share any behind the scenes or secrets that no one knows about your season?
I think the only thing, and it's just not shown, is that like I had another connection, and Garrett had another connection, and it was like a big thing so Katie was Garrett's connection.
Okay.
When they showed up to like the cast party,
Mm.
and so we thought that it would be like this big thing of them talking, and then it ended up being the conversation with Nick D.
Yeah, yeah.
That was super highlighted.
Yeah.
And so it is funny that
Interesting. Wait, who was your other? Someone we know?
no,
Oh.
he didn't really make it
Oh.
on, I think, any of it. Sorry if he did. I don't remember, but
That's okay. That's okay. So sadly, very sadly, there have been a lot of divorce announcements
Yeah.
recently within our Love is Blind family with Ashley and Tyler, Colleen and Matt, now Lydia and Milton. What are your thoughts on all this recent news?
yeah, obviously being a person that was married in this experience and you hear about other divorces that happened, it gives you anxiety. I feel really strong in my relationship.
Mhm.
I'm crazy about Garrett. I think we're financially invested in each other. Uh, not to say that that's like what keeps people together, but our families are about to like vacation together, and
Yeah.
we're really excited about that. I still, even feeling solid, get my own anxieties about
Yeah.
like, okay, this could not work out, but
Mhm.
I don't think that that's a bad thing. I think that there's people that get married in the normal way,
Mhm.
that get divorces all the time.
Right.
I also don't think divorce is a terrible
Yeah,
bad
it's not
thing.
the end all.
It's not the end all,
Yeah.
and it works. It's for some people that's how you end up learning a lot and
Mhm.
building the life that
Mhm.
is right for you, and maybe finding your next person. So it gives me anxiety, but I will never live in fear
Mhm.
of getting a divorce. But it does make me work harder at my
Yeah.
marriage. I feel like your relationship with your partner um is always evolving, and if you're not working on it, you might be drifting
Yeah.
you're probably drifting apart because you're still learning that person.
Mhm.
Like you'll never know your partner
Yeah,
fully. You feel like
yeah.
you do, but
Mhm.
you will never know that person fully, and you should
Yeah.
always be working to try to
Mhm.
understand them more, and also work on yourself. Like there's just not enough hours in the day.
Right. Right. No, I hear that. And kind of like you said, like divorce is unfortunately more common than we know, or that we actually do know how common it is. And it's like kind of unfortunate that because these ones have played out on national TV or like in the public eye, that it's like scrutinized
It's a
so
pressure cooker.
intensely.
Yeah. I think in terms of the way that being in a couple in the public eye, it puts so much pressure on your
Mhm.
relationship
Yeah.
sometimes. Whether you like it or not, how you handle that, how maybe even the pressure makes you grow and change as a
Mhm.
person that you're not compatible with that other person
Mhm.
anymore.
Yeah.
It really depends on the couple. I think probably across all the couples that didn't work out, they all have different valid reasons of why
Yeah.
it didn't work out.
Mhm.
So I feel very confident in my relationship and good, but there's nothing to say that you never know what life is
Yeah.
going to throw at you. And statistically, for the
Come
love
on,
is
science.
for the love is blind, like couples that
Yeah.
got married compared to like real world
Mhm.
averages. I know it's like not the same sample size of, but like it's pretty good.
It's pretty high.
It's pretty high.
I'm not mad about it. There was one on my season, and they're still going strong. So shout out Amy and Johnny going crazy. I love them.
They're so cute.
I know. So we are in such a crazy, crazy social media world, and people get online and say the wildest things. Are there wild things people are saying about you, or are you guys living scot free?
I mean, we're pretty, I think, normal
Yeah.
and in the and like the most normal way you can be. I recently just saw today.
Oh.
This has never really happened, like a breakup rumor.
Mhm.
Of course, it was on Facebook. I don't really check Facebook, but I mean, yeah, just
Yeah.
things like that of saying wild things about my relationship that you have no idea. And
Yeah.
if you're a couple that's like has a social media presence, people are checking if you're in the same city,
Mhm.
if
God
you
forbid you
spend
take your ring off to do a little moisture on your hands. It's, where's the ring? Like,
yeah,
people will literally stalk like everything that you do and then correlate it to they're breaking up. They're not together. They're not
yeah,
happy.
yep. And I think it's a mix of people that probably they're rooting for you and really like you and just want it
Mhm.
to work out when
Yeah.
amid all these other things of multiple divorces being
Yeah, yeah.
announced, like it's putting all the fans on edge.
Yeah.
But we're good.
I know. We're good over here.
We're good
Yeah.
over here.
We're good. All right. Now let's switch gears a bit. Skirt, skirt. And play a little game. This
Okay,
is called Science or Nonsense.
great. Hopefully I'm good at this. Otherwise,
I'm sure you'll be fine. I'm going to read popular beliefs about dating and love,
Okay.
and you will decide whether they're backed by science or a bunch of nonsense.
Okay.
Okay. First one, men fall in love faster than women. Science or nonsense?
I'm gonna go with science.
Ding, ding, ding. Can I get a bell? Can I get a ding, ding, ding? Ding, ding, ding. Science.
Ding ding ding.
Right. Thank you. Okay. Next statement. Couples who fight early on in a relationship are doomed.
Nonsense.
Ding, ding, ding.
I love that for them. That
Right.
if they don't fight, it all works out.
You know what?
Love that for you.
People are doomed after 50 years, so
Yeah, that's true.
can never
It's
count.
how you fight.
It's how you fight. A good relationship means you don't have to work at all. At it.
What? Nonsense.
Ding, ding, ding.
Don't need a STEM degree to know that one. No work required for good things whatsoever.
It just falls in your lap.
Yeah.
Okay. You can tell if someone is interested in you if they are mirroring your body language.
Oh, science, girl.
Oh, science.
It's a behavioral science.
Ding, 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 ding.
Okay. I feel like I'm at 50%. That's passing.
No, you won.
Oh, I'm one?
Yeah, you won.
Amazing.
As a scientist, she knows Ghana. Okay. Now, let's do some superlatives
Okay.
from season 7 of Love is Blind.
Okay. You'll have to walk me through the
Oh.
structure.
I got you.
Okay.
So I'm going to read out different superlatives, and then you have to assign them to somebody from your season.
Okay. Let's
Okay.
go.
Best dressed.
Me.
Duh. Did you see her at the reunion? I dream about that.
Thank you.
I really, truly do.
Thank you. I put a lot of work into it. I'm glad it landed.
Everything, the hair, the makeup, like the slick pony. I can literally, like, if I had to like draw it out right now, I could see the whole vision, the pony, the gold corset, the skirt.
Thank you.
I was too stunned.
I had a hairstylist who does drag, and
Yeah.
so he did my ponytail,
Ooh,
and that thing was not moving.
no,
Mm-mm.
no, no, no. That was a look.
Thank you.
That was a look. Okay. I agree. Ding, ding. Most transformed emotionally or physically?
I think Leo did a really great job.
Ooh.
I think that's so hard to go from you watching him,
Mm-hmm.
you probably really hate what he's saying,
Yep,
and
yep,
you're
yep.
like, this guy.
Yeah.
And then by the end of it, like he had, I think, handled it with such
Mm-hmm.
grace and made fun of himself and
Mm-hmm.
like figured out like, oh, I shouldn't have said those things. And I think he really had a amazing comeback,
Good
Leo.
answer.
And then, I mean, physically transformed. Obviously, my husband. I think he looks the same, but with better.
Talk about it.
Didn't
Talk
he?
about it.
His hair, it was like
Yeah.
a international sensation.
Yeah.
I did not vote. I didn't even vote for him on being one of the top
Yeah.
Love is Blind moments, but I think that speaks
Yeah.
to it. And I have a lot of people asking about like his hair routine. I'm like,
Yeah.
you have to message him.
Yeah. I don't know what goes on.
But it's doing great.
I love that. Okay. Biggest flirt.
Oh, Nikki D. Nikki D be up there flirting.
He does.
He was.
Even on social media still. He's a realtor, right?
He is a real
I think
estate
I saw
agent.
something that popped up recently.
You'll have to tell me.
Oh, girl, I swiped real fast. I was like,
Okay.
what is he about to say? But it gave the tone of flirty. And I was like, Nikki.
I hope that helps him sell some
I
houses. Get that
know.
commission, baby.
Whatever it takes.
In this
I know
economy.
that realtor
yeah.
life, whatever it takes. Okay. Most dramatic moment.
I would say the most like dramatic moment, which isn't a bad thing, is probably Marissa and Ramses's breakup. When I watched that, my heart felt broken. You know, we're watching it on an iPad before you go into the reunion, and I'm like, I'm crying, and it was hard. It was really hard to watch. Obviously, you're watching like a really difficult breakup happening. So dramatic isn't bad, but it definitely was a really hard moment to watch.
Agreed. Okay. Most likely to be on another Netflix show.
I really hope it's Hannah. I want to see.
That's what I was thinking too.
I really hope I see Hannah like on another show.
Yeah.
She's a big personality.
Let's get our girl a redemption.
She
needs a redemption.
She needs a redemption.
Yeah.
I want to see her find some love.
Yeah.
Maybe she learned some things from our season.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'd love to see her on a show. I will be tuning in, Hannah.
Yeah. Period. First of all, I just want to thank you so very much for coming and joining me on What's the Reality. But before we go anywhere, what would you say is your biggest takeaway from not only filming, your show airing, the public response? What was your biggest takeaway from Love is Blind?
I think my biggest takeaway from Love is Blind, obviously, for my personal take, I think my marriage is obviously really important, but I grew so much as a person, is to show up as yourself authentically, unapologetically. And if you're a good person and you work at it, you'll be rewarded for it. And so I was really nervous going through the experience thinking that I'm going to be super boring or people are going to hate me. But I'm at this point, all I can do is just show up as myself and try to be a good person. And I think it worked out really well for me. And so I've really tried to carry that forward in the content that I'm now creating, which is this brand new world to me. And I think that could be useful for literally anyone else.
Right. I'm so excited to have a happy woman standing here, happy in her marriage. It's been a long few weeks for What's the Reality, but I'm really, really happy because I am newly engaged. I'm planning a wedding, and it just like no shade to anybody.
Show.
Yeah, no shade to anybody going through what they're going through, but it is a breath of fresh air to have
thank you.
someone that is so confident and strong in their relationship and still so strong in your individuality be here and express that and show the world that yes, this does work if you do the work. And if it didn't work for you, that's your story, but there's the proof is right here in the pudding that it can work. So,
well, you're an incredibly inspiring woman.
Oh,
I'm so excited to see you just absolutely thriving and killing it. I'm sure you're very tired.
Exhausted.
But you're doing great.
Thank you.
You'll sleep later, baby.
Listen, that's the plan. Again, I just want to thank you. I'm sure our paths will cross again, especially since you're back and forth from the East Coast and the West Coast, just like me. We kind of doing our thing. But thank you for joining me on What's the Reality?
I hope so. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. And thank you guys for tuning in. Be sure to follow us on all social platforms at What's the Reality Pod. And if you haven't subscribed, press that button. I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye.
What's the reality? What's the reality?